We are about to embark upon a series of strange and exciting, dangerous adventures. Adventures that will lead us to all parts of the world.
Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we're looking at RoboForce, issue 3. This is part of the Nacelleverse line from Oni-Lion Forge, written by Melissa Flores, pencils and inks by Elton, Thomasi, and Julio, Brilha, colors by Canola, letters by Ghost Glyph Studios, Taylor Esposito. I have cover A by Dustin Weaver, edited by Carl Bowlers. Overall, the cover is pretty good and it does relate to what's going on in the book. Unfortunately, some of the things are different because it doesn't quite include these characters. You're just getting the idea of the setup. So it's part of the big picture that they're creating with the covers, but it's not exactly relevant. And it could use a little bit more action. So over at the Utopia Aegis Warehouse District in future Detroit, our heroes of RoboForce are stuck in a fight to get the microchip. Unfortunately, there's a tracker in it, and they are really being hunted down. Now this leads to a lot of contention between Dino and Max, and they find out what the microchip actually is, and that's not going over real well with Dino. Unfortunately, it looks like Aegis has some pretty sinister plans, and they set up some really cool possibilities for future storylines, as one of the RoboForce crew is recruited and reprogrammed for the bad guys. Now this does set quite a bit up and does introduce at least one of the villains. Now, obviously, there are several villains that have not appeared yet, and hopefully they will, because I'm hoping this becomes a regular series. Unfortunately, the first 3 issues are their own story arc, and it looks like then they're going to go to Biker Mice from Mars for 3 months, then Sectars, then Power Lords. So we don't even have the possibility of seeing RoboForce again until at least April, which is really disappointing, because anybody that's been buying these would definitely want to get the next issue. Unfortunately, by the time that comes around, they'll have forgotten all about this most likely. So I think it would be a good idea to have more than one writer working on sequel books. So I hope this book is doing well, because it is an 80s franchise that never really got a chance, much like some of the others like Power Lords and Sectars. Sectars had a short-lived run, but Power Lords never really got off the ground, and neither did RoboForce. So I'm hoping that they will do a follow-up miniseries at least to really explore more of the potential that they've set up here, because this has been a pretty entertaining book, and it's very much kid-friendly. So if you have some younger people that want to get into comics, this would be a good way to do it. It's a good introductory book. They do a decent enough job kind of catching you up to speed with what's going on in this issue, but it's not the perfect jumping on point, obviously. But I'm absolutely going to recommend it. I thought it was a lot of fun and definitely worth a read. So I'm hoping they do more with these characters down the line. It would be nice if we didn't have such a gap in between, though. Although I am looking forward to the other titles, unfortunately that's just not quite enough to satiate interest in these books, and they might lose a lot of steam. So I hope they do fix that. Nonetheless, solid recommendation across the board. The cover's really well done, even though it's not as dynamic as I would like it to be. The interior art's pretty solid, and the story was a lot of fun, and definitely kid-friendly. But that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel out in other ways, links are in the description to various support methods, and as always, we hope to see you on the next one.